Hey guys, and welcome to another First Impressions video, the video game series in which we look at a recently released game and I give you my first thoughts and impressions on it. Today we're looking at Terraformers The Red Planet Awaits, and if this seems a little bit familiar, it's because back in October I actually covered the prologue for this game. Very excited to jump into it today because they've made a few slight changes, but regardless of that, the game is incredibly fun, very addictive, and a lot of time consumption is going to be resulting from playing this game. As always, we'll look at the settings first and we'll jump into the actual gameplay and the different options that you've got available, and we'll see what I think of it. I am genuinely very impressed with this game. I love the feel of it. I love the chillax kind of vibes that the game gives, and I'm very happy to be covering it again now that it's come out on full release. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump straight into the game and see what we've got to deal with, shall we? Alright, the options then. So there isn't a lot here, and honestly I'm not really surprised that there isn't. It's a lot of static images, it's a lot of text, and you know, very minimal animations. As a result, this will run on a toaster, and I wouldn't really expect there to need to be a massive and very extensive graphical menu. That being said, it does feel like they might have taken a few things out from last time. I can't rightly remember, and there's a few options that I would actually quite like to see being added in. All you've got is language, interface scale, reverse zoom if you want, zoom speed, mouse sensitivity, windowed on or off, game resolution, a lower frame rate button, which basically you can only set this to 60 or 30 FPS. Again, with it being text-based, you don't really need more than that. And then your volume settings. It would be nice if the volume wasn't set at maximum when your music volume and SFX volume are set to medium. And it would be nice if there was maybe a colorblind mode and a few other accessibility options in there as well. Overall, nothing amazing here, nothing to write home about, but nothing really missing either because of the type of game it is. And speaking of the game, let's see what that's all about, shall we? Alright, we're in the game, and this is Mars. This is the planet you are dealt to sort of colonize and grow and sort of go on. You can start with a tutorial and it will give you a number of objectives in order to complete and move on and progress. Some of them feel like they're a bit hindered by RNG and placement. You have to explore different nodes, and in order to do certain things you will need specific nodes, i.e. you can only start a new city on like a flat or a lava tube, etc. And that can really feel like you're being forced by arbitrary things out of your control from not being able to progress, which can be a little bit frustrating. They seem to have simplified the entire process. There seems to be a lot less text than last time, but at the same time they've also added a few more things as well. Another change they've made from this one, from last time from what I can remember, is that you've now got to have researched each of the adjacent nodes before you can actually start a new city as well. It's another sort of gate or block, if you like. The leader system is still the same. You've still got your leader here, and after a certain amount of time they will retire and you will choose from a different selection of leaders, each of them with their own backstory and different skills. So you've got research, engineer, security, etc. with their own special expertise. The artwork is still absolutely fantastic and I'm a massive fan of that. When you go to look at your city, it will take you here, and as you can see you've got a certain amount of nodes. You've only got X amount of nodes that you can actually work with, and you use these research cards here in order to place them down. It's very simple. Again, it seems like they've taken out a lot from the last game that made it a bit more overwhelming, and now you can kind of feel your way around with or without the tutorial, which is nice. You've got this bar up here which is your star rating, your popularity, your victory points, whatever you want to call it, and it seems to be a lot slower to progress this than it did before. I'm not entirely sure what changes they've made, but it seems very difficult to get to the 300 required points to move on from your next progress mission. You've still got your normal things like researching and stuff. Depending on what nodes you unlock and what research you get, you can actually get a satellite so you can explore 2 nodes per turn, which is really nice. The thing that makes this different, or more different than most city population colonizing type games like this, is that it's actually like a deck builder, and you get a new research each turn with a maximum of 8 cards available at any one time. You will have to start deleting them if you go over that. And what's really cool is that you get to choose from 3 each turn, and each sort of research card does something different. So if you want to increase your population for a certain objective, then you will be going for your habitat nodes if you need more power, etc. Down here you have all of your trade routes, and these are really interesting because you can start to get more of the nodes that you need and export the ones that you've got excess of. Early on though, you're going to pretty much have to be very sparring with which one of these you choose to export and which ones you need to import. Generally speaking, food is going to be one that you're always going to need, especially for population, new research projects, opening up new nodes. So you're going to want to have that as an import all the time, personally speaking. Once you have discovered different nodes, you can then do different things with them. So you can put windmills on to create more power each turn, or you can go out and mine to get resources. You can start up a new city, which will, again, you'll have certain aspects that you'll need to complete before you can do that. And then you've got your special power of each of the leaders here that you can utilize and put down in order to, again, progress easier. The game has a lot to it. You've got plenty of scientific aspects to it, like bacterium and researching and leader aspects to keep the people happy, as well as the population that you've got growing as well. And it all cultivates to a very enjoyable experience if you like these sorts of games. The world is very vast, and as you can see, we can pretty much expand the entire way around it, so you'll end up with a lot of cities as you go forth. The art style, like I've already said, is fantastic and it works really well. It would be nice if there was maybe a bit of voice acting, especially on each of the leaders, to give you a bit more of a connection with them there as well. Each objective does have a question mark next to it, so you can go over for tooltips to see what it wants you to do and how you do that, and how each new item sort of aspects of it and allows you to learn as you go. I was a very big fan of this game when I played the first time round, and honestly nothing's changed. It's a very chill vibe, the music is very relaxing, and you can really get involved and get lost in what it is you are doing. So there you are, guys. This came out on the 21st of this month. It's a very good game. It's called Terraformers. Check it out in those wonderful comments down below and let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you all next time. Ciao, ciao.